Hi, how's it going? I am going live with you guys here for just a second. Apologies if you're on my email list and for whatever reason I just couldn't get this link to attach to the email. So hopefully you're here and you're watching this, and if you don't watch it right now, you can watch it later. But I just wanted to pop on here real quick. Right now I'm promoting my VMW Group Coaching Program, which is basically the group version of my one-on-one coaching that I've been doing for years now, and it is just the result of me working with clients and seeing their results and what works for them, as well as simplifying the science down to what can work for you. The reason I have a group coaching program at all is because I know that sometimes working with me one-on-one is not feasible financially. So this group coaching is something that I wanted to put together. This is going to be the second group coaching experience that I've done. Like I said, I have a lot of experience as a holistic nutritionist working with people one-on-one. The program that I have developed is a combination of definitely whole food, plant-based, based on my personal experience and based on the scientific research that is out there supporting a whole food plant-based diet, and why this is so very good for our weight loss efforts, for lowering blood markers like if you're pre-diabetic, or if you're dealing with type 2 diabetes, or if you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. All of these things can be really reduced, and you'll start to see a huge difference once you learn how to implement the principles that I share in this program. So I see that there's a couple of you guys watching live, so if anybody has any questions who is watching live, feel free to chime in. This is really just meant so that you can talk to me one-on-one about any concerns or questions you have about the program. But essentially, it's a 6-week program. We meet once a week, and when you purchase, you have access to the full Vegan Michele Wellness online course, which will go through all of the modules. I have over 42 lessons in there. I have all of the basics that I believe work with a lot of client results to back that up. I share with you exactly what to eat if you're trying to lose weight on a whole food plant-based diet and you've not had success. I share tips and tricks that can really accelerate this. And I think it's really great because we know that meal plans are fun and they're fantastic and they're a great way to start off. And I just finished up doing that 21-day challenge, and I have meal plans with that. And the thing is, meal plans are fantastic and they're fun, but they may not be sustainable for regular people like you and I, who are busy working moms, or just out there, leaving the house at 7, not coming back till 5. So what the heck do you eat, in between that to reflect the goals that you want to see long term? So that's what we get into in working with me in this group program. I share with you the blueprint of what to eat. I share with you how to structure your plate. I share with you how to make this doable for yourself if you are at home and you're a stay-at-home mom and you've got all the kids constantly, or if you're a busy executive. I've worked with everyone from there to in between, and so we make this work for you. If you're traveling, you can still make this work. It is really a structure for life, and I believe that's what makes this very sustainable. Going through the program with me on a weekly basis, we go through each week. There's a theme, and you'll learn some new things. We start, of course, with the basics, so you can start off right away. But every single week, we go into a different component. I call it a wellness method because I really don't believe you can compartmentalize, just, okay, I'm on a diet and I'm only exercising, but there's also this mental aspect that comes into play. There's also really knowing how to stock up your fridge, your pantry, learning about meal prepping and planning, having some forethought when it comes to exercising and what you're going to eat, when it comes to the different things that we have in our house that you may not even be realizing are contributing to weight gain and to toxicity in your body. I can honestly say when I work with people, they really feel like they have a full foundation of what to do. So beyond the 6 weeks, you're going to see results within the 6 weeks if you work the program. Of course, if you don't work the program, it won't work for you. But if you work it, it will work. And then you've got this new foundation for yourself that is going to help you carry on. It's not something where you're restricting calories for a short amount of time and you see a ton of weight loss and then you fly off the rails because you don't know what to do once the plan is over. It's not like that. I really My focus is to teach you some foundations that are going to help you be able to carry it through for the rest of your life. And, you know, if you ever come up against a plateau or you come up against something that like, oh, I'm not doing what I was doing at the start, you always can be like, okay, I was doing this before and now I'm no longer doing that. So let me bring that back in. These are all really doable things that I think are really helpful and key to make this work in your life. So basically, we have a weekly coaching session together. You get access to the full Vegan Michele Wellness method online, and every week is a new theme. In addition to the weekly coaching session, which is with me, it's just me, I will also give you a foundational single one-on-one coaching session together, and so we can discuss exactly what your struggles, where your struggles lie, because I believe if you want to make a change, it's really hard to do that without locating where you're starting. We work on decisions and habit change that maybe you're getting tripped up, you're good all week, and then on the weekends you always kind of self-sabotage yourself. That is a thing where we can start to visualize and play with those situations that you're going to run into and say, okay, I know I'm really social and I always go out to eat on the weekend. And if you're not willing to curtail that, then coming up with some ideas for how to get around that, so that one thing in your perfect week, that one thing that's tripping you up every single week and keeping you 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step forward, 3 steps back, that kind of thing, working on that and how to reframe it, how to get over those trigger spots for yourself. I think that's really important to seeing real change. The next one, of course, is food choices. We go into that. Again, you know, this is not something I share on my channel. I share a lot of information on my channel, but we go into exactly what I've seen work for people when it comes to wanting to lose weight. A byproduct of losing weight is you reduce inflammation, you gain more energy, your digestion is doing better because you're eating these whole food, plant-based foods, and you will see your markers go down. I've seen it time and time again. If you work the program, it works. And then I think the biggest thing that I get feedback on when I work with people in a one-on-one setting or in a group setting is the accountability aspect, because sometimes you can have the accountability of a friend, but if you both don't really know what your plan is, it's almost like you lead each other into a ditch sometimes. So having somebody, myself, who is a nutritionist, I know what you need to be eating and I can guide you through, that makes it all the more effective. I think it's, and I've done it too, we all can bounce around from program to program following what somebody else says, but having that guided, educated accountability is like really nothing else. I've seen people kind of flounder around in the whole food plant-based space and not be able to see a difference. And when you have some educated accountability, it makes all the difference in the world. So a couple of commonly asked questions about this is, how long is it? It's 6 weeks. If you weren't here from the beginning, it's a 6-week program where we meet once a week. If you can't make the calls, then you will always have a recording of the calls. If you're really busy and you don't like to cook, again, it's no worries. I provide over 150 recipes for you guys. I provide my books, Eating Whole, Juice and Blend, my dips and dressing books, and I have 2 meal maps, which are not necessarily meal plans, but it's a really kind of very loose structure of how to create your own meal plan for the week from those meal maps. And if you need it, if you want it, I'm also willing to make you a custom meal plan for a single week. I find that most people, once they get into the material, don't need a meal plan because you realize how easy and simple and basic this is to sustain the rest of your life. But I'm always open and willing to do that for you. And I pride myself on this being different because I don't think of it as a diet. I know this sounds cliche, but it is a lifestyle choice. You know, diet is one of those things when we speak about wellness that is important, but we do go into so many other aspects of health that are important. And when you've got your diet dialed in to a place where you're not feeling restricted, but you're feeling nourished and your cravings are going away and your taste buds are changing, this is something that you can sustain for a very long time, for the rest of your life. And so really dialing that in to kind of incorporating this as a lifestyle switch with the ideas that I give you, I think is really key, and why I've seen a lot of success with the people that I work with. Let's see, I'm just looking at my notes here. Yep, there is like I said, if you want and need a customized meal plan, we can do that. And if not, I teach you how to create your own meal plans, which is integral. You can't just wing it. You need to have some structure and a foundation, and that's what this is all for. And I believe that when you walk away from the 6 weeks, you will have what you need to succeed. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'd love to answer them. You know, I think one of the things that I hear from a lot of people is that they struggle. Maybe you're going through menopause and what you did before is not working. And I know that this can work when we work together. We find those tricky spots. I definitely believe in intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating, and that's a part of it as well. And we go into why scientifically this is helpful for your body to release excess weight and just allow your body time to clean up toxic waste. If you're dealing with inflammation, this can really, really help get things under control. What else? If you aren't feeling well, if you don't know where to start, if you don't want to constantly track your calories, then this is really for you. I'm not opposed to tracking calories, and I'm not opposed to tracking macros for just a couple days to see where you're at. I think it's very eye-opening, but this is not something that you're going to need to do day in and day out. Once you kind of figure out what you need to do and you start to see those numbers move on the scale, you're going to be like, I get it. This is really the beginning of freedom. And I have to say, this is built on my own personal experience and what I have gone through, kind of just getting to that point where I was like, I'm sick of yo-yo dieting. I'm sick of restricting my calories and then eating an entire cake or an entire pizza alone in the kitchen at 10 p.m. and then feeling like crap the next day and like going through that cycle. It's not fun. And believe me, I get it. So if you're there, this will definitely be helpful to you. And yeah, habit change, subtle shifts. Subtle shifts is what it's about. It's nothing drastic. If you're already eating whole food plant-based, I can tweak it and I can help you find out where you could make a little bit of a difference and see those subtle shifts happen. If you're not vegan, if you never plan on being vegan, but you want to introduce more whole plant foods into your life and you want to eat about a 90% whole food plant-based diet and have 10% animal products, I'm fine with that too. We will make this work for you. I always say that the whole plant foods are like the meal. And if you want to have the animal products in your diet, those are like the condiments. Again, it's not about restricting or it's not about deprivation, but it's about finding a way that is going to feel sustainable for where you are at right now. Beyond that, beyond 6 weeks, maybe you decide you're ready to go and you want to go fully vegan, and you absolutely can with these same tricks and tips. The online course that you get when you sign up, you have access to as long as I have that up for the lifetime of the course. So you can always go back beyond the 6 weeks and go through the course and decide, I forgot about this thing. Let me watch that module again. And you'll have access to all of that. So I guess what I want to just leave you with here is I want you to, whether you work with me in this capacity or not, I just want you to think about what is your biggest challenge right now? What is the thing that every day you're like, okay, I'm going to start over. I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat whole food plant-based. I like all these recipes I see on YouTube. I understand why this is working, but you're not actually doing it. What is that challenge that's holding you back right now? I'd love to know if you want to write it down in the comments. And if it's something personal and you just want to think about it, at least write it down for yourself. Don't leave this for another time, because honestly, what we want long-term is only available to us when we take tiny steps every single day to get there. A giant leap is not going to be the thing that is sustainable. What's sustainable is consistent, little, small, subtle changes day by day. And when you work with me in this capacity, and we start on Monday, February 20th, I'm going to teach you what to do. You're going to be able to do this. It's going to feel doable and like something that you can do for the rest of your life. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you're watching this later and you have any questions, you can always pop them down into the comment section. If you want to check out the group coaching, then the link is in the description. And I don't think I mentioned this before, but there's an option to pay in full, or there's an option, an affordable payment plan over the course of 4 months to do a payment plan. Both of the links to those are on the group coaching page. And so check that out, and you can always email me if you'd like to ask me any more questions. I'm more than happy to chat and answer your questions. My email is veganmichele@gmail.com. Michele is spelled with 1 L. All right, you guys, whatever you're doing, I hope you had a fantastic morning, wherever you are in the world, or evening, and I will see you very soon. Bye.